My mom kicked me out 9 years ago to keep her husband happy. Now she's demanding I name my daughter after her, but she doesn't realize she lost that right the day she chose him over me. Hello, Reddit talkative here. I was 16 the night my mother threw me out of the house. Now, 9 years later, she's calling me out of nowhere, demanding that I name my unborn daughter after her, as if everything she did to me never happened. Let me take you back. My dad, Jacob, was a long-haul truck driver. He was quiet, hard-working, and always tired, but he loved me fiercely. I didn't know it then, but he was saving up to buy us a little house, his ticket out of his marriage to my mom, Caroline. He had discovered she was cheating on him, sneaking her boyfriend, a man named Derek, into the house whenever he was gone on trips, but he never got the chance to leave her. One rainy night when I was 10, he fell asleep at the wheel after a grueling 3-day haul. His rig flipped on the interstate. He died instantly. Mom cried at the funeral, but she wasn't grieving my dad. She was grieving the man who paid the bills. A month later, Derek moved in. At first, Derek tried to play the fun stepdad. He'd bring me little gifts, ask me about school, pretend like he cared. But slowly, his mask slipped. She's not mine. He'd hiss at my mom when he thought I wasn't listening. I didn't sign up to raise another man's kid. Their arguments became a soundtrack to my nights, echoing through the thin walls of our rundown apartment. Mom would defend me at first, but her voice grew quieter with each fight. Eventually, she stopped defending me at all. The final straw came when I was 16. I had been working at a local diner, saving every penny I could in a little shoebox under my bed. I had plans to get my own car, maybe start community college after graduation. One day, I came home from school to find the shoebox gone. I tore my room apart, panicking, until I heard laughter from the kitchen. I gave it to Derek, Mom said casually when I asked. He needed it more than you. Stop being selfish. Something in me snapped. You're pathetic, I spat. You let him walk all over you. You're a joke of a mother. Her face twisted with fury. You ungrateful brat. You're just like your father. Useless and disappointing. I don't want you here anymore. The next morning I came home from school to find my clothes in trash bags on the lawn. Derek stood at the front door with a smug smile. You don't live here anymore, he said, blocking my way in. I left. My grandmother, Dad's mom, took me in without hesitation. She gave me a warm bed, hot meals, and more love than I'd felt in years. With her help, I finished high school, worked 2 jobs, and eventually put myself through college. I built a life. I met my husband, Aaron, when I was 23. We got married 2 years later, and now I'm 25. 8 months pregnant with my first child, a little girl. In all that time, my mom never called, never sent a letter, never even checked if I was alive. Then last week, Grandma let it slip during a phone call with my mom that I was pregnant. The very next day, my phone rang. Unknown number. Against my better judgment, I answered. I'm so happy for you, my mom's voice crooned. I've always dreamed of having a granddaughter named after me. I'm glad my dream is finally coming true. I laughed. You think I'm naming my daughter after you? Of course. Everyone respects the tradition. It's your obligation as my daughter. You're not entitled to anything from me. I snapped. She gasped dramatically. You don't mean that. Since you want to be difficult, I'm coming to your house to settle this. You can't deny me my rights as your mother. She hung up before I could respond. Minutes later, Grandma called. Sweetheart, your mom's serious. She's already on her way, I'll admit. I wanted her to come. After 9 years of silence, of bitterness festering inside me, I wanted the confrontation. 3 hours later, her car pulled into my driveway. Derek was in the passenger seat, grinning like he owned the place. They marched up to my door and knocked like they had every right to be there. Are you going to let us in, or do we settle this out here? Mom snapped, her tone dripping with entitlement. Come in, I said, my voice steady. But this won't go the way you think. She sat on my couch like she was queen of the house, crossing her legs and smoothing her skirt. Derek leaned against the wall, arms folded, smirk firmly in place. Let's get straight to the point, she said. You're going to follow tradition and name your daughter after me. I laughed, a bitter, humorless sound. Do you really have no shame? You kicked me out, called me useless, stole my savings, chose him over me, and now you think you have the right to demand anything from me? Her face hardened. I'm your mother. You owe me respect? I leaned forward, eyes blazing. Respect? You don't get to demand respect when you destroyed your own family. You cheated on Dad, then threw me away like trash after he died. That's your legacy, Mom. Not love, not tradition, just betrayal. She sputtered, but I didn't let her speak. You don't mean anything to me anymore, I continued. You forfeited the right to be in my life the day you chose him over your own child. My daughter will never know your name, and she will never know you. For the first time, I saw something crack in her expression. Derek scoffed, trying to cover for her, but I turned on him too. And you, I spat. You're not welcome here either. Get out of my house. They left, slamming the door behind them. I stood there shaking, not from fear, but from relief. For 9 years I'd carried that weight, that anger, that abandonment. And for the first time, I felt free. My daughter would be born into a home filled with love, not the poison I grew up with. And Caroline? She'd have to live with the fact that her granddaughter would never carry her name.